Never thought I'd be able to hold one of these, let alone try one. I attended a photo expo at KEH where they were doing tons of different brands and a lot of different stuff about products, but they were also doing workshops. And one of these workshops, it was put on by Leica, where we got to learn so many different techniques. The Leica workshop started off at first as just a brief history about the camera company, the optics, the technology that goes into it, and then we started talking about different techniques like zone focusing. The cool part was that we all got Leica cameras. It was all of us in this workshop. We all got to use them for the time of the workshop, which is fine because they were sitting in front of us, but then we got to go outside and play with them, which was insane. When we all stepped outside, the instructor Sawyer got us to do hands-on practice of how did they do street photography without even looking at the camera, because sometimes some of the best shots you didn't even know that they were using a camera. They just have it on their hip, or they set it on their side or whatever, and they just, because they understood zone focus and the techniques, they were able to just not even look through the viewfinder and get some amazing shots. So I've seen the memes and I've heard the jokes on the pretentiousness of Leica users, and now I kind of fully understand why, because the optics were insane. Once I finally understood how the camera works and the focus and the fact that it's a window and not a viewfinder through the camera, I am seeing the world, the lens is seeing something else. Once I figured that out, the photos that I were able to take were pretty amazing. I'm going to show them at the end. I loved how there was not much assistance when it came to the camera. You have to know how to use it, and it was really fun, and I really enjoyed getting photos, and it made me have to think and use my brain on the math of how many feet am I away from this person? What is this subject doing? Can I get this without even looking at the camera? Can I put the camera down on my hip and shoot? Do I have to bring it up to the window where I can see? And I thought that was so cool to understand. It was a different side of photography. And like I said, it's so fast-paced as a motorsport photographer that I was just able to kind of chill out and do that, which I thought was fun. Who knows? Maybe one day Leica would let me use one for an IMSA weekend. I don't know, but I think that'd be very cool to play around with. I think that'd be, I think I'd be able to make a good video out of that. So Leica.